Please, God, give me a girlfriend. I'm the one praying at the temple today. My name is Mizuki Asakura, and I'm a junior in high school. I'm in the midst of begging for a girlfriend. However, there wasn't a single girl in sight who seemed interested. Which leads me to this moment. I've resorted to praying to God. That's right. Because I can't win a girlfriend by my own efforts, all I could do was pray to a God that I don't even know exists. Please don't worry, God. I reached into my bag and pulled out my wallet. I prepared 30,000 yen. Just because the coins make a nice sound, I'm not going to be cheap like that, dear God. I'm going to give everything I earned at my part-time job, and I'm going to offer it all to you. But also, this temple is known as the Temple of Relationships. Maybe I would have been fine with just 10,000 yen. No, I shouldn't do that. If I became cheap, there's a chance that I won't be able to have a girlfriend. This is my biggest wish, and that's why, even though I lost my valuable time after school to my part-time job, I should be investing all of that money I earned here. Dear God, please give me a girlfriend to make my high school life complete. If not, just a partner that I can do life with. And so, that's why I was at the temple by myself on the weekend, praying for almost 3 hours. Asakura! What's up? And then, the next day after I threw my desires at the temple, we received the results of the end of semester exam that just happened. Hey, what was your test average? It was a 99. Why are you able to stay normal with that score? Well, because it was everything that was taught in class anyway. You can't expect everybody to have the same level of memory as you.
Sakura, she's amazing.
I can't believe she got 90s in every single subject. That's why Kimijima's in a different league.
A 23rd point.
Hey, stop that guy! Why is this guy who goes straight home after school better than the basketball team? At this rate, it's not even a good game.
Neen, the ball went to you. Oh, sorry.
I mean, you should just do whatever you want to do, but what are you going to do if you can't do it? Well, it's not like I'm saying you shouldn't do what you want to do. It's just that if you can do it even after you graduate from college, then I think it's better to do that. There's no downside to getting a head start, but you're also not going to lose anything by having some insurance, are you? Don't you think it's better to talk to your parents one more time and think about it? Thanks. I don't know, but your advice made me feel a lot better. Oh, come on, it's nothing. Let's go to karaoke again sometime. Hey, can you listen to my concerns next? Hey, why don't you have a girlfriend yet? Huh? Are you trying to pick a fight with me? After we had lunch, my friend opened his mouth, and the first thing he said was rude. If this wasn't during lunchtime and we weren't eating, I would have wanted to feed him my fist. I mean, think about it. But you're a pretty good catch, you know, Mizuki. Your test scores are always first in the grade, and no matter what sports you're put in, you're good at them. And your friends have so much trust in you that they come to you with their problems. So why don't you have a girlfriend? I should be the one asking that. If I knew the answer to that, I wouldn't be asking God about it, you idiots. Should I gather water in the sink and put your face in it? Compared to that, those girls are always so popular. As he said that, my friend turned his eyes to the side of the classroom. And at the end of that gaze,
Hey, Sakura, I heard you got good grades again on the last test. But you're the one to talk, Neen. You went to the national competitions. You both have something that's so far above anyone else.
the 3 girls that were speaking in the middle of the classroom.
That's really nice of you to say that.
One is a beautiful girl who has an air of elegance around her, Sakura Kimijima. She has brilliant grades and her family owns a major company. It would be fitting to call her a princess.
That's not true. Asuka, you're the most approachable and reliable and everybody loves you.
The second one was Nene Domyo. She has a really cute appearance along with an impressive athleticism. Thanks to her, our high school basketball team was able to go to the national competition.
Does that count as a compliment?
Asuka Kurashige. She has a mature appearance and a reliable air around her. Unlike the other two, she doesn't have a specific skill, but she had a lot of leadership and everybody in the class looked up to her. They're all so amazing, the three big beauties in the school. On top of their appearances, they all have good personalities, so I can understand why they're all so popular. Those three girls were known as the Big Three Beauties. And that was because they were more popular than all of the other girls combined, and when one person called them that, it naturally spread. That reminds me, I heard that this month, each one has been asked out twice already. I'm one of those people. I see. So he was rejected, huh? Must be nice to be popular. It was the complete opposite of me. Just by walking, they can get the attention of somebody. However, the reason why there wasn't much gossip about them was because there wasn't anybody that was a match for any of them. Well, it's none of my business anyway. They lived in a completely different world. There's nothing that would be happier than being able to date a girl like that, but for someone like me, who isn't popular at all, they're way out of my reach. I want a girlfriend. As I was thinking that, I glanced outside the window. Oh! And then, after school that day, just outside of the student council room, I happened to run into one of the Big Three Beauties.
Did you also need something from the student council room?
I very rarely ever spoke to one of the Big Three Beauties. Perhaps because of that, I was a little bit nervous. Yeah. I was told to go there. Something about my grades?
You are always top of the class, Mizuki.
You're one to talk, Sakura. You also have brilliant grades. If it wasn't me that you were speaking to, one might think that you were being sarcastic, princess.
But I haven't been able to win against you once in an exam yet.
As she said that, Sakura came even closer to me, and she pulled out a single piece of paper from her bag.
That reminds me, there's something that I wanted to hand you, Mizuki.
Sakura took the piece of paper and placed it in my hand. A love letter? Surely not. There's nobody that does things like that these days anyway, and I can't imagine Sakura had any interest in me like that to begin with. Thanks. There's no doubt that it's some materials from the teacher that she was handing me. That's why I didn't think much about the paper, and I opened it up without thinking. Wow. It's a marriage certificate!
I can't help but get nervous handing you this.
Hey! Nervous is an understatement! Hey, what kind of joke is this? Asakura, if you're here, then hurry up and get inside. It was pretty clear to me that this was way more important than whatever the teacher had to say to me, but I'm gonna give this back to you later. Anyway, it was going to be more of a pain to get yelled at by the teacher. That's why I had no choice but to turn my back on Sakura, who was standing there with a smile on her face. In the end, it was a lecture. But after that, when I came back outside, Sakura was gone. And after all that, the only thing left in my hands was a confusing marriage certificate. I wonder if that was just some kind of stupid dare. The reason why I was now in the gymnasium is because I was told to clean this as punishment from the teacher. If Sakura's marriage certificate was just a prank, then I guess I can just think of this as harassment from the school, teachers included.
Oh, Mizuki!
Why is it that I keep running into the three big beauties? Normally you could say that I never speak to them at all. Practice? Judging by her appearance, that was obvious, but at the same time, I couldn't see any of her teammates anywhere.
I was just practicing by myself after. What about you, Mizuki? Oh, this is rare.
I was ordered by the teacher to clean in here for some ridiculous reason.
Interesting. Sheesh, the teacher is so mean.
Seriously, just because I was taking a nap the whole day on the rooftop.
Never mind, the teacher wasn't being mean.
Wait a minute, what happened to your empathy? And then, at that moment, my stomach grumbled really loud and echoed throughout the gym. Aw, come on, this is so embarrassing. I can't believe this was happening in front of a girl. It was seriously embarrassing. If there was a hole, I wanted to dive in.
Hey, Mizuki, let's go on one.
Instantly, Nene said that and cut the awkward silence. Could it be that she was trying to pretend like my stomach didn't just growl? What a good person. Sure, cleaning up is a chore, so let's go.
Yay! Well then, if you win, Mizuki, I'll give you what you want right now.
Wait a minute. Does she think that I have the disadvantage? Think twice about that. It's true that Nene was the star player that brought the team to the national championship, but I'm also pretty athletic myself. Sure, why not? I should just win and make her regret challenging me to this one-on-one. But also, how does Nene know what I want right now? But just before this, she heard the most embarrassing sound from my stomach. I'm sure she's probably just gonna give me some baked sweets or something. I really want one.
Through the legs?
Ha-ha! So we got straight into the match. However, it was a game between two people, so the points added up quickly. Yeah! 15th point! In the end, I scored a layup, and the game came to an end.
Darn it!
Nene brought her bag from the classroom, and she was wiping her sweat in the gymnasium. I probably shouldn't have gone so hard against a girl, but I was happy to have won.
Mizuki, you're not even on the basketball team. How are you so good? Even though I should be better than all of the boys.
I think my athleticism is my redeeming quality.
Even though you also have better grades than Sakura?
It's strange. It really is strange why I'm not popular.
Oh, well then, as promised, I'll give you what you wanted.
As she said that, she pulled out one piece of paper from her bag and handed it to me. As it turns out, it wasn't the piece of bread that I wanted. As it turns out, it was a marriage certificate.
Oh, I need to get going now.
Wait, you can't just hand this to me and then disappear! In the end, I wasn't able to catch Nene as she left school. It's true right now, I really, really want a girlfriend, but I don't exactly want a marriage certificate. But also, why is a high school student carrying around a marriage certificate? Well, I should probably be worried about this, but I'm gonna try not to worry about it.
Hey.
Shoot!
What do you mean, shoot? That was rude.
Well, because for some reason, I'm seeing all of the big three today. And then,
Here, for you. A marriage certificate.
I knew it. I thought she was gonna say that. I really thought she was gonna say that. Why is it a marriage certificate? What? Is that the prank that's trending right now or something?
You're so stupid. There's no way I would hand the marriage certificate as a prank.
Yeah, that's true, but that's exactly why I don't understand it.
Well, I can understand what you're trying to say just fine.
When I heard that, I was able to calm down a little. Because after all, I was suddenly being handed a marriage certificate. So please, understand why I was confused and shocked.
Don't worry, I'll wait until you turn 18 years old.
Wait, it doesn't seem like she understands at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to ask why you all are handing me a marriage certificate.
So that means that the two of them also had the same thought.
What did you say?
Nothing. It seems like you won't understand unless I tell you, so I'll explain it to you.
Why is it that this should be a conversation that one needs to explain, and yet I feel like she's saying I'm the one who's wrong for not understanding?
The other day, we just so happened to see you praying at the temple.
Oh. Thinking back to when I was desperately praying at the temple that I wanted a girlfriend was extremely embarrassing.
And then I heard you say that you wanted somebody that you could date with marriage in mind, so...
Excuse me?
So, in order for you to understand that I want to date you with marriage in mind, that's why I handed you that.
Why is it that instead of picking up the part that I said I want a girlfriend, they're picking up on the part about marriage? But more importantly... Wait, no way. Seriously? The big three beauties and me? I haven't even been able to get one girlfriend in my life, and yet the most popular big three beauties have marriage in mind?
Super serious. If not, I wouldn't hand you a marriage certificate.
Well, when you put it like that, it's true, but why?
I always thought that I wanted to lean on you. You know, because I'm always the one that people are relying on, that I always wanted to be able to talk about my concerns with somebody.
She looked up at me, with her cheeks flushed red.
I see the way you listen to your friends and give them advice. That was really strong. And so I've always liked you.
I never could have imagined that Asaka Kurashige felt that way. I really couldn't hide my shock at this.
So that's what this means.
Hey, wait! I didn't even have the opportunity to react because Asuka turned her red face away from me and disappeared. Of course, I was the only one left alone there. Is this real? And the marriage certificate that was in my hand was proof that this was in fact real. And then, the next day...
Mizuki?
Somehow, the same face that I saw yesterday appeared in front of me again. Hey, this is rare once again.
I wanted to hear your response to the marriage certificate yesterday, so I decided to wait for you here.
I see. Sakura, are you also serious?
I'm super serious.
Really?
You know, I was always confident, and when it came to grades, that was the one thing I wouldn't lose to anybody.
As she said that, Sakura came and grabbed onto my arm. Hey, wait!
However, I was no match against you. I was so jealous, and the more I started to think about it, I couldn't stop looking at you.
Even though there were other students looking at us, she stayed latched onto my arm. To have a girl touching me like this, and not only that, but one of the big three beauties, my heart was pounding.
By the time I realized, I had a crush on you, Mizuki. So, with this, do you believe me?
I mean, yeah, I do believe you. More importantly, everybody is staring.
Hey!
At that moment, the hallway was buzzing and Nene appeared.
That's not fair. Why are you and Mizuki arm in arm, Sakura?
We're not arm in arm! No matter how you look at it, I'm just standing here.
I'm also going to.
But why?
Because I also like you, Mizuki. You're better at basketball, and I always thought it would be fun to play basketball with you and always ended up watching you in gym class. Anyway, I like you.
One after another, these beautiful girls were asking me out. Of course, having the attention of the three big beauties was enough to draw attention from everybody. And by the time I realized it, a lot of people had gathered in the hallway and were staring at us.
Even if it's you, Nin, I have no intention of giving you Mizuki. I'm the one that's going to marry him. No, I'm going to be the one that marries him.
And then, because they had skipped the point of dating and were already talking about marriage, everybody around us was buzzing even more. Hey, why are Sakura and Nene on... No way. Please tell me this is a lie. Why is it Mizuki, even though he was never popular? Voices like that were echoing throughout the hallway, With the 2 soft touches on both sides of me, as well as the massive amount of attention, I was panicking on the inside. At that moment,
What are you two doing?
the most reliable savior, Asuka, appeared. Asuka, seriously, help!
Anyway, we're going up to the rooftop. You too, Sakura and Nin. You two really need to cut it out already, okay? You already stick out in the school, so you need to think about the time and place. We're sorry. We're sorry.
Wait, why am I also in trouble?
Because I also wanted to grab onto your arm.
Wait, that's a happy confusion.
But also, I can't believe that you really were doing the same thing. Yes, I want to marry him. Mizuki said himself anyway. But only one person can marry him.
As they said that, all of a sudden, all 3 girls were looking straight at me. What is this? I should be happy, but why is it that I can't stop sweating?
Of course, Mizuki, your feelings are the top priority, but
Sakura then stuck her shoulder right onto mine.
I would be happy if you chose me. Hey, that wasn't fair again! The fastest one wins. Well then, I'm going to do the same. You too, Asuka?
Hey, wait! Without thinking, I distanced myself from all 3 of them. I wasn't mentally strong enough to remain cool when I had 3 beautiful girls chasing after me, for marriage nonetheless! I understand how you feel. Please, let me organize the situation.
You mean our new room?
No, my thoughts! Why is it that everything just keeps going back to marriage? No, I really am happy about this, but between yesterday and today, I really can't wrap my head around it. I want them to just think about it for a second. Until yesterday, I was desperate because I didn't have a girlfriend. And just one day, all 3 of them were chasing after me for marriage. And not only that, but the 3 of them are the 3 big beauties anybody would dream of. It's a given that I wouldn't be able to wrap my head around it.
Why don't you just think of it as God granting your wishes?
I don't think it's that simple. If anybody could get married with $300, then everybody would be throwing $300 into the box.
But the 3 of us were all able to take this step because we saw you praying, so I don't think that's a mistake.
Well, when you put it like that, that's true.
Anyway, why don't you give in already and make a decision? We won't tell you to give us your answer right now, but we do want you to choose one of us. So for that, I hope you're prepared.
The faces of the 3 big beauties. Anybody would dream of this sight, but strangely, I was only feeling scared. Sure, those were the only words that I could squeeze out of me. Well then, as a result of that happening... Hey you! Since when? How the heck did this happen out of nowhere? You bastard! I'm jealous, damn it! I'd become popular, but in the opposite way. Maybe the results of asking God? Don't brush us off! No, but I'm being serious though!
Hey, Mizuki. After school today, would you like to study together?
As I was being cornered by my classmates, a sparkling princess appeared. Sure, I wouldn't mind, but that only made the buzzing even worse. I could barely force a smile.
Hey, Mizuki, would you help me practice for basketball after school today?
I thought I escaped from my classmates, but this time, Nene appeared.
Mizuki is studying with me after school today. What? No way, but I wanted to have first priority. Me too.
And this time, Asuka showed up.
There was actually something that I wanted to talk to you about today.
I wanted a girlfriend, especially because I never had one before. That was the simple wish of a simple guy. However, I never imagined that the day after I prayed to God for it, it was going to happen like this. And I never imagined that it would come from all 3 of the big beauties. Dear God, thank you. And for the record, what ended up happening was that as soon as I graduated from college, I got married straight away. But well, that's a story for another time.